Greetings and salutations, my friends. How is everyone today? I hope that everyone is good and ready to... Oh, how do we go sideways? Let's see. Okay. Better? Oh, like we're on a ride. Okay. Whoops. Okay. All right. So, is anybody here with me? 5 eyes. I hope that means 5 sets. Hey, Pam Johnson. How's Alaska today? Nice and cool, I bet. So I'm going to tell you that Arizona, we are so excited for the craziest reason. It is, hey Steph, it is supposed to be only 92 here today, and we are hooting and hollering because it's been crazy hot all week, 112. So, I wanted to get 56. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, has everyone had a good week? Hello, Keely. Did everyone have a good week? I hope. I am having a great week. Hey, Lynn. So let's go through this stuff that we always go through. Follow me on, although all of you already do. Hi, Elaine. Follow me. Remember, the price of this class is to follow me on Facebook at Corbiere-Scott Designs. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me and like on Facebook. Follow me and like on Instagram and Corbiere-Scott Designs. Buy my art printables at Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. Ask to join my private Facebook group. I can see you, Keels. Let's get artsy with Anne. Hey, Lori. And I really need you to send me your email, and that's one of the questions in the 3 questions to join the Facebook group. A couple of them are, I need to know if you've taken a class, so I need to know that what our connection is. The second one is about like what you want to learn from me. That helps me plan other things. And the third one is if you want to know things that are coming up, I need your email address. Because some people answer yes, but they don't leave their email. So there's no way that I can let you know if I don't have your email. So I wanted to talk to you that today I'm so jazzed about showing today's artist. And you might be surprised because it's not really my style, but it's exciting and different. And I feel like we can all let the great artists inspire us to get creative. And this week, this great artist really inspired me. So, without further ado, this week's artist is, hey Emily, is Picasso. And although I am not a cubist by naturally, I find the whole cubist style and movement quite intriguing and inspiring. So what I wanted to do today is paint the bouquet of peace. I thought that was really timely because we all need some peace. And if you'll notice, this was 1958. It's kind of crazy, right? So in Picasso's bouquet of peace, his hands are like this, and he's holding a bouquet of flowers. But I drew it like this. I drew it and painted it like this because I thought it was a way that you could we could kind of take it to the next level, right? We could take the idea of the bouquet of peace and then make it our own. So I drew some posies and put peace signs in the middle. I just traced my hand and then wrote bouquet of peace. So you could easily take this project and move and do it with children. This should be streaming, Elaine. We're on a Facebook Live, and then afterward, you will be able to watch it on the replay. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, so another area. So let's talk about Cubism. So Cubism is an art movement where artists did not try to depict realistic views of their subjects. Instead, the subject matter is broken up into different shapes and angles. So, like most artists, Picasso started out as a realist. Hey, Rennie. Started out as a realistic painter and then kind of evolved. So he was born in Spain but lived most of his life in France. So that's cool, right? So he would have had so many artistic influences, I'm sure. And he is known as one of the most influential and famous artists of the 20th century. He was a painter, sculptor, printmaker, and ceramist. That's kind of crazy, right? Like so many mediums. So you'll see in this painting on the left side, the Cubism movement was when an object was painted from lots of different angles, all in the same picture. Front, back, sideways, all at the same time. Picasso loved shapes. So, and he's famous for his faces, which I'm sure you've all seen. One thing that you might think about is that when you're drawing hi Kathy Johnson, when you're painting, if you're drawing a face to paint, I'm going to kind of give you a lot of things to process today, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. I want to do all of them, so you could do all of them too. So here's my bouquet of peace, this version. Like I said, I started this version. This is much more reminiscent of Picasso's version, except there's no flowers. So I don't know what I'll do with that. I'll figure something out. Here is a face. I thought that would be fun to play with. You'll know, like in the Cubist movement, the colors colors played a different role. Keep the colors within a single image, so like the flower or the circle on the cheek or the hair. Keep it in the same color family. So I could do, I could create some, hey Lucinda, I could create some interest within this, but stay in that color family. But then the colors in the background, or the ones that are juxtaposed next to it, we're going to do a contrasting color. So each section that touches should be a different color. It can be a shade or a tone, but it should be a different color. Does that make sense? So a way to think about it is if you drew a flower and then you cut it apart and then you put it back together. So the emphasis is on the concept of abstraction. Hey, Heather. To take things apart. And that ultimately creates Cubism. So, let's play a little bit. So, I've shown you 3 things. This is the 3rd thing, or the 4th thing. So I just created this really geometric, geometric kind of playing field. So what I did first was I took a pencil, and I was too lazy. This is the truth. I was too lazy to run downstairs and grab a ruler. So I just grabbed a piece of watercolor paper that I had cut off the end of something else. So you can use anything as your straight edge, right? And I drew the lines in the background. So I drew one here and here, 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 here. And then I took round things like a cap of a pop bottle, or my color wheel, or bowls, or glasses, whatever. And I drew some round subjects within the geometric background, just because that will give really lots of fun contrast. And then I drew a swoopy line, because that would, and then I had it like almost like it was going under this piece and have it come out over here. So there's lots of visual interest. So think about what you want to paint and how you want to, hey Stephanie, how you want to interpret this movement, the Cubist movement. So, let's see. So think about, if you're doing this, divide your page into shapes, then draw on top of that, then add color, then shading, and values dark to light. I drew everything in pencil first, Renee. On this one, I drew everything in pencil, and then I went over it with my black pens to just get my line work in, because I kind of had an idea of where I wanted to go with this. I wanted the black and white to be, to make those other colors pop. So I'm not completely done with this one, because I would like to, so I tried to, I painted like I always do, always a pencil. I did like I always do. I put a watercolor wash down first, and then I build color with, hey Allison, I build color, let's see, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to build, and just know that this is not watercolor paper, the paper within this journal, but it's okay. Didn't come through on the other side, and I'm not saturating it with paint and water. I'm just adding bits and bits and bits. So remember, we'll just add some color, and then I clean off my brush, and then dry it on my cloth, and then just work that out. Just work it out, work it out, work it out. And that's when you're going to get some really nice gradation, and things will start to take shape. You'll start to see, you could do all of them, Rennie. I would love that if you did all of them. So I'm going to start working on this one. I think I would like to deepen the colors within like the peace signs and the petals. Maybe I wanted the hand to be stark compared to the flowers. I wanted the flowers to be, the peace to be kind of my focus. So I'll fiddle with this a little bit more, because I would like to like continue to deepen my my dimension with my colors, but then I would also like to come in with my colored pencils in a little bit. So I'm going to start with this version. So for this version, I think you could also do this with your grandkids, Lucinda. You could do this with Jordan. I'm sure she would love it, because it's easy peasy. It's her hand and then some flowers. But the boys might like to do this one too because it's geometric. Did see a cool version where they did they drew their basic shape, right? The straight line shapes, and then they drew a heart. That was kind of cool. And so then the heart was divided into all these fragments, and then each section of the heart was painted a different color. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to start painting on this. If you have any questions about if you're wanting to do a face, I can give you a couple more hints on that. Where's my notes about faces? Picasso liked to exaggerate the shapes in people's faces. So think about that, and think about that each section of a face, you're just going to break it down into like the most basic of shapes, right? So like eyebrows, because eyebrows are super expressive. You're going to make the nose go in one direction, so the face is a profile, not a profile. Yeah, no. What is that? They're looking sideways, and then one like they're looking forward. I happen to make this one awake and asleep. I thought that was kind of cool, open and closed. I just wanted to really kind of play with the opposites. And then I wanted to have long hair, and then a hair up in a bun. And then I just started to add some more geometric imagery down here. Like I did like kind of a funky mandala. I did a flower here. I thought I could fill in with some more other things there, some more, as you know, all of my paintings are works in progress. I will tell you that last week's Monet, I kind of worked on that all week long, and I loved it. I just left it on my kitchen table, and I just came back and just added some blue, and then I let it sit for a couple hours, and then I came back and I added some green, and I just kept working it, and who knows, I might work on it some more. So, does anybody have any questions about the different styles of cubism that we're talking about today? So just remember, it's painting one object from many angles at the same time. And Picasso really, really believed in painting what you feel, not necessarily what you see. So that's a note that maybe you can take to remind yourself. Breaking down and analyzing the form, showing the subject matter from many different perspectives. And I want you to, as you're, I'm sure you will Google Picasso and Cubism later. And as you're looking at fine art, kind of think about, ask yourself these questions. What do you think it is about? What do you think the painting or the picture is about? What do you think it means? What do you like about it? What can you find? Like sometimes you can find messages, right, within a painting. What shapes do you see? What colors do you see? And how does it make you feel? Those are all things to just kind of consider. If you go to the Phoenix Art Museum is fabulous here in town if you happen to live here. If you don't, I'm sure there are places, you know, I'm not ready to start frequenting lots of places, but every place has some kind of public art. So maybe murals on walls or sculptures. Even if you live in a rural community, barns often had advertisements on them. Inspiration is everywhere. Billboards, it's just everywhere. Magazine ads, when you see it, what do you feel? What do you know? really kind of think about it. I know that seems really deep, but I'm just going to start painting and talking unless somebody has a question. And I'll tell you about Jeff and my morning adventure. So I think I told you guys a while ago that Jeff bought a, hi Connie, Jeff bought a, I think it's a 68 Jeep. And he's been working on it like crazy. And today we took it for a ride out to the desert. And can I tell you, it was the most glorious morning. We left here about 6 and we got out there. It took us about a half an hour, 45 minutes to get out there. We went toward Lake Pleasant. And I'm telling you, it was so beautiful out there. It was so beautiful. And we saw wild burros. We saw a mommy and a baby. And then, and they were looking at us just as curiously as we were looking at them. It just made us stop in our tracks. It was fabulous. And then, we just drove around, and I took a million pictures of things I want to draw. Because there's lots of saguaro that are in bloom right now, and they're so beautiful and just majestic, and and they're just fascinating to me. All the different, some have many arms and some have no arms, depending on their age. And some of their arms are like twisted around themselves, and some of them are like reaching for the sky. It's just the most fascinating. Anyway, on our way, so when we went, there's a turnoff to go to the lake. We did not go down that turnoff because we weren't, we just wanted to go for a ride. So, and let's talk about the beauty of just going, the simple pleasure of just going for a ride. That is seriously fabulous. And I think it's kind of a lost art sometimes, of just, I think the corona certainly has made us all enjoy simple pleasures much more. Anyway, so when we were going out toward the lake, the line to get into the boat launch was, I don't know, maybe 50 cars deep, which seemed crazy. When we came back, I am not exaggerating, that line to get into the boat launch at Lake Pleasant was over 2 miles long. 2 miles long. And the whole way back, we kept seeing more and more and more cars going out there. I think people are just so desperate to, go do something fun and get outside. And there's just something about being outside, isn't there? So I will say, one thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit was that when I'm painting something kind of big like this, I like to paint different sections, like different parts of my page. So like while I'm painting this is starting to dry, and then I'll paint over here, and then by the time I'm done, like with all one color or with a section, I can come back and fiddle on there again. And because you don't want your colors to bleed into each other in something like this. So be kind of cognizant of that. And remember that you can turn your art journal, your substrate of whatever your choice is, turn it so that you can, you're not craning your arm. You're making it as comfortable as possible for yourself. So today I am using my Prima Classic watercolor confections. So I like to try to not do areas that are touching, because we just talked about that, so that they don't bleed one into the other. How about everybody else? I love taking a drive, don't you, Sherry? It's fabulous. Let's see. If I did that, I could come down here. I know it's weird to stop whatever you're doing to type a question or type a comment or whatever, but I do appreciate it. Kind of gives me something to, like a jumping off point for conversation or inspiration. What is everybody choosing to paint today? Are you choosing to paint this super abstract cubism? Are you choosing to paint a Picasso face? Are you choosing to paint the bouquet of peace? I'm curious to know what everybody's kind of going for today. Ooh, Rennie. Well, I appreciate you too, Heather. I'm telling you, you know, I was just talking to my husband about how grateful I am that you all keep coming back. Hey, Jill. You all keep coming back so we can play together every week. Unless I have the vertigo. Ugh, that was so gross and miserable. But now I am feeling fit as a fiddle. Hey, did anybody, the bouquet of peas, isn't it just, it's just lovely. So did anybody go get a donut yesterday because it was National Donut Day? I did not, but then on the way back, Jeff and I had been talking about it being National Donut Day, and all of a sudden, as we were coming back, Jeff turned into this shopping center, and he went to a donut shop. But I'll just tell you something. He had to rig up some kind of a step stool for me to get in and out of that Jeep. Holy tamale, it's so high. And, you know, I'm 5'2", and he's 6'4", and he had to kind of hop to get into it, too. But anyway, we went in there, and it was kind of crazy. There were quite a few people in there, and most people were pretty conscientious and, you know, observing social distancing. But boy, when we left, we were so glad that we went when we did, because it had gotten more and more crowded as we went, as time went on. And I just wanted a jelly donut. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. There was a lady, when I used to work at Scraps of Love, there was a lady there, and she is from Michigan, like me. And in Michigan, we had a large Polish population, and we had, they called donuts punchki. And in the spring, right around Lent, or just before Lent, I'm sorry, they made these special donuts, punchki, and I'm telling you, there was, so this lady, the customer at the store, who I just became fast friends with, she used to bring me jelly donuts, because that was the one that was the most popular back home. And so I was kind of craving that jelly donut this morning, thinking about punchki. So what's Cristobal Allison, expect to just get a lot of rain. Is that well, I don't even have a guess. So, Allison, share with me what crystal ball is. And you know, it's kind of, this whole time is so weird, isn't it? I did go get my hair done. The brand new girl who I really like, who kind of specializes in curly hair. But it was a little bit what do I want to say? Nerve-wracking. Because, you know. Oh, that's right. Are you in Alabama, right, Allison? Were you able to get supplies to last out the storm? I hope. It's just so crazy to think about that because it's just hot as heck here. Although we did get a little bit of rain last night, like sprinkles, just enough to make your windshield dirty, you know, and your car look terrible. Let's see. So you're just going to work on your painting your sections, right? Just getting some color in there. Remember, kind of go light if you can, because it's easier to build color. Remember, it's easier to add color than to take color away. And then we're going to go back in with some shading. After this is all painted, we'll go back in and do some shading. Lori, how is your corner of the world this morning up in Canada? Well, I hope you're hunkered down, Allison, and you're able to just make some art while it rains. Sometimes that's kind of the best time, isn't it? To create or curl up on the bed, on the couch and read a book, or draw or paint, or, you know, at least it is for me. I love all of those. I used to love a snowstorm if I didn't have any place I had to be. Let's see. I think I'm gonna try a new color. Let's try some blue. Ooh, I'm digging that. It's so nice and bright. I am thinking about, as I am painting, I'm thinking about what I'm putting next to each other. Think about either do colors that coordinate with the first color that you put down, or opposites on the color wheel. You'll be happy with the results. At first I was going to do all oranges, pinks, and reds, but then I started, I don't think so. So I am using a number 2 round, and I should probably have started with something bigger, but oh well, I think I'm doing all right. I just have a wide variety of round brushes. I kind of I pick them up frequently wherever I am. You know where I like to get brushes a lot is estate sales. I know this sounds sad, but I look for people who were artists, because then they're going to have fabulous brushes. I prefer synthetic over natural. I don't pay more than $5 for a brush. That feels crazy to me, because I could buy, how many paints could I buy? You know? I'd rather have more colors of paint than although I'm always testing out different kinds of round brushes. So see, I had orange here, so I went across the color wheel to blue. Here I put blue, so maybe I'll put orange here. And then, I don't know what there. I don't know. Maybe green. That might be pretty. Is anybody painting yet, or are you still sketching out your abstract? So this little tiny section here, that would be kind of, oh, right here. Yay! I'm glad you're all painting. Are you painting with like a palette of colors? Like you chose some colors? You're painting your hair. Ha! That's what I just did last week, and I'm so happy. Are you did you choose a palette of colors, or did you choose? Are you just painting whatever? Oh, I'm sorry it's blustery, Lori. I was talking to someone earlier today, and they're driving, and they were in New Mexico, and they said that it was rainy and cool. I think they said it was 62. That's about what you have, isn't it? I think I want some more blue, though. Let's see. Yay, I'm glad you're painting what you feel, Olga. It's fun, isn't it? So I said that I was going to have the paintable ready for this class. Well, I realized that I drew it on the wrong form. So I will have it ready. It'll just be later on today. So look for that. And I think you'll like it. I do. I'm just having the best time. Opposite of red is green, so let's do some green. So I feel like then we can come back. Let's do here first. I haven't mixed any colors yet, but I'm feeling like that might be kind of fun to, you know, have some colors kind of like ombre into each other. Do you know what I mean? Within the section. We'll see. I've been thinking about it. Oh, I've been so excited all week to start painting this with you guys. I'm telling you. That's so fun when you have something artsy to look forward to, isn't it? Maybe do this one. That's funny, Renee. That's funny. Renee, where do you live? Me too, Allison. Me too. I look forward to it too. Hopefully we could meet in real life someday. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I only did 2 red. Now I'm feeling like I should do more red so I have more places to paint green. Thinking right here. Oklahoma City. Oh, so do you go to Susan's store? Paper Arts, Edmond? I am not doing, this is the first year that I'm not doing Index Card of the Day, Barbara. I just felt like I didn't have the time to devote to it this time. You know what though? I love it. It so stretches your creative muscle, and it makes me try new things, and just really think about those prompts, and oh gosh, I just love it. Oh, so what do you think, Barbara? Do you like it? Maybe this great big one will be red. Hey, Linz. We were just talking about iCAD. That this was the first year in a long time that I haven't been, that I haven't participated. And I'm missing it because it always makes me, we're talking about Picasso today, by the way. It always makes me stretch my creative muscle, and, ooh, that'll be fun, Remy. um, like the prompts. I love when it's just a color because one of the like when it's just a color, that really makes you like, do I draw an image for that color? Do I just do something creative with just a medium in that color? I love those. Oh gosh, really? 6 years? Is she missing it? I really, you know what? Sometimes I do it a little, sometimes I do it a lot. You never know. I might jump in. It's just a good warm-up exercise sometimes, isn't it? I bet she could jump in and just do like me whenever. If she sees a prompt that speaks to her, she could do it. How's your mom, Lens? I've sure been thinking about you. I haven't gotten to go see my mom and dad because of the corona, and I would have to ride airplanes, and you know, that's kind of crazy, but gosh, I sure miss them. Whoa. Yeah, I get you. I get you, Lens. So, I was telling you, David Bowie. Ooh, that sounds fun. The painting that first inspired me for Picasso was his bouquet of flowers, or bouquet of peace, which I thought was so timely. We all need something fun to think about right now. So let's try purple. We haven't used any purple yet. Maybe here. What are you working on today, Lindsay? Are you taking a day off, or are you working? I don't think an artist ever really has a day off because your brain's always going, isn't it? The whole time we went on that Jeep ride this morning, I just kept thinking, oh, I can't wait to draw that. I can't wait to draw that. I can't wait to draw that. So I took a million reference pictures and tried to tell myself that I was an artist and so I could remember, but that doesn't always work so well. But remember when I went to Paris last year, my phone got stolen, so I had to remember. What I saw, and that was weird. But I trusted myself, and I drew a lot. Ooh, wedding signs. I bet that's cool. I'm glad about that, Rennie. Yep, it's a no doom and gloom here. All happy art. Never a day off, Lindsay. Never a day off. Oh, because is everybody at your house? Is that why it's wedding prep weekend? or this is the time you could devote to it. Because, October's going to be here before you know it. That's for sure. That's the thing about time. You know what? I was just talking to my husband about. It seems that every single week we're like, oh my gosh, how is it already Thursday? That the weeks seem to go by fast. But we're both work from home people, so maybe that's why. So did you divvy up jobs, or did she divvy up jobs for everybody? I know. Gosh, Lindsay, we have a nephew who's getting married in July, and we had to just make the call that we can't go, and that was awful. Just awful. But you know what? It's not the airplanes as much as the airports. People just aren't careful, and it's like a cootie cesspool. I hope everybody is driving for you. We just have to think positive, that the wedding will go off without a hitch, and it'll be beautiful and lovely, and you'll make a million memories. It'll be fabulous. It is sad, but we couldn't do it. So, weddings are so creative now. Ours was creative because we were broke as a joke back in those days. So, everything was made by us. Everything. Let's see. You sure do have to make a scrapbook. I haven't scrapbooked in a while, and gosh, I just loved it. I have thought about making those, what are they called? What are those, chat books? Is that what it's called? It's on, I see the things on Instagram all the time. I have thought about those because it seems like quick, Because the most important thing is the pictures and the memories, You don't want to forget any of those memories of such a special time. How's everybody doing on their painting? So, Lindsay, I was telling them that Jeff bought a 68 Jeep, and he's been wrenching on it for a while now. He always needs some kind of a project. So, I think that's how he works out his stuff, That's how, this is how I work out my stuff. That's how he works out his stuff. Anyway, this morning, we went for our first big ride in it. We drove out to the desert, and it was glorious. We drove out early in the morning, and it was, I just can't even describe how beautiful it was out there. Nope, you're fine. You're fine, Lindsay. Oh, Laura, you're missing a wedding today too. I know. So we asked our nephew if there was a way that they could stream it, so that people, people that are far away could still feel like they're kind of a part of it. So we'll see what solution they come up with. Where am I gonna put some blue? Did I freeze, or was it just me taking a break? I don't know, Renee. Maybe it was just me stopping and thinking about where I'm going to put blue next. Oh, you did, Connie. So they were able to do it by Zoom. So did they just set up a camera on a tripod or something? That just seems like the, oh, well, I guess they would have done it with a laptop. Well, guess they could do it with a, bye, Lens. Love you too. I'll talk to you later this week. They did. Oh, Facebook Live. That sounds cool. That sounds super cool. I know. It's a funny time. It's a funny time in our world, that's for sure. Is everybody painting today, or are they using a different kind of medium? Are you using markers or colored pencils or crayons or who knows what? I know. Can I tell you? I just love watercolors, Olga. They are my favorite. I've been trying really hard to play with other mediums. I was just having this conversation with someone that one of the most important things when you're when you get a new medium, right? So like if you got a new kind of marker or a new set of colored pencils, just submerge yourself in those things. Do many projects, and some will be great and some will be not. But that's okay, because it is really all about the journey, you guys. But the thing that will happen is that you will learn your medium inside and out. Oh, Sharon, you are delightful. And you know how you get better? You just keep trying. So one of the things I was gonna, so let's talk about that, like get to know your, whatever the medium is. So say it's this, I will tell you that this set of watercolor of the Prima Classics, I know it inside and out because I paint with it almost every day. I do something with it almost every day. So I know what it can do. I know its limits. I know how far I can push it. I know how much I can mix it. So just really just keep painting. Just keep painting. I don't know another, or coloring or whatever it is, whatever the medium that you're learning, just keep at it. The more you keep at it, the more you will learn about your whatever it is, and you'll learn how it works best for you. I'm feeling like I want some more pink now. Oh, Allison, I'm so flattered. I'm so flattered. I am so flattered and grateful that you spend your Saturday with me for a little while. I enjoy it just as much, believe me. I just, I just look forward to it, you know, because I get to kind of hang out with my artsy peeps, people who love all the same things as me, and it makes me push my brain, you know, to show you different things and introduce you to different artists, share what I know about those artists, do a little more research and find out more. And like I said, the more you dig into other artists, the more you will be inspired to get creative. And remember, with all of these artists that we've played in the movement of their art, the more deep your artsy arsenal in your noggin is going to be. You're going to remember, oh yeah, I'm going to put this color next to that color, or I could create this with kind of a cubist bend. I could paint this background for this card with a impressionist technique. I promise you, it's just, hey Carrie, the more you create and the more different ways that you create, the richer your artsy arsenal and your noggin will be, and your art will totally show it. Sorry, needed to get a little Diet Coke in my noggin. All right, let's see. Oh, I wanted to do some more pink. Thinking, be up here. I mean, think about, you can take the technique, right? And then you can totally make it your own, like I did with Bouquet of Peace. You could just trace your hand. You could create this, right? This abstract piece with all these colors. And then you could leave it as it is, right? You could just make solid colors, or you could deepen your colors around each edge so it kind of gives it some dimension. You could do all of that and then add some words or some doodles or some, I don't know, drawings, whatever you want. Remember, it's your painting. It's your, it's up to you. Keely, are you taking your time? Let's put pink up here. That'd be pretty. See, like this area, I think I want to come back and deepen this red, so there's a deeper contrast between the pink and the red, but I really wanted the pink to be next to this blue, purple, and green. That's just a nice vibe right there. La la la. Oh, we haven't done yellow yet. Let's do some yellow. Anybody watching anything good on TV? We just finished, last night, we just finished a show, I think it's on Netflix. That doesn't surprise me, Keely. Take your time. We just finished this show last night. I think it's called Space Force. It's funny and poignant and silly. It was really good. We finished it. We started it a couple nights ago and then finished it last night. Oh, I'm so glad I put that yellow in there. Look how pretty that is. So remember, yellow is opposite of purple on the color wheel. So let's, every place where there's purple, let's put some yellow beside it. I will. Oh, I don't have Apple TV, Stephanie. Dang it. Can I watch it online anywhere, do you think? I'm also looking for something good to, oh, Space Force, it's pretty good. Space for, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm also looking for some new books to listen to on Audible. When I draw, I can listen to a story. What series was so good? Gilmore Girls? Oh, Saving Faith. I did see that. I did see that too. Like the advertisement for it. I haven't watched it yet. This yellow is really, I'm digging it. That's for sure. Oh, I love Broadchurch. Ooh, so there's another one with that David Tennant, and it's called, dang, dang, dang. What's the name of it? It's something fell. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Wasn't Unorthodox great, Lori? You know, we have such a soft spot for any of those Jewish stories because Jeff is Jewish, you know. Not Orthodox, but just Dead Water Fell. Oh my gosh. Did you watch it, Stephanie? So good. Especially if you like Broadchurch. It was just kind of, you know. Well, I just love a British show. That's for sure. It makes me want to go wherever they are. Because that one, I think, takes place in Scotland, doesn't it? And interestingly, it was only like 4 episodes, which was kind of... sometimes he does. Sometimes he just watches car shows on Motor Trend. That's what he mostly likes to watch, is car shows on Motor Trend. So let's do some more yellow here. The Jewish one, it's called Unorthodox. Oh, Stephanie, it's so good. And as a girl, you just, you feel it so deeply. At least I did. That's for sure. And I think there'll be another. Don't you hate when it's all done and then you're like, in 3 years, we'll get to find out what happens next. And will I remember? I think it's on Netflix, isn't it? Stephanie McKenna, isn't Orthodox on Netflix? I know. Can you believe we don't have Apple TV? We have everything else. It's quite crazy. Keely, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. He doesn't watch like Call the Midwife with me or anything, please. But I will say we have started watching oh, Rennie just answered Stephanie. It was on it is on Netflix. We have got hooked on Bon Appetit on YouTube. The test kitchen. Now we know all of those chefs by name. We know all of their, it's crazy. But so good. We just love it. And you know, no, it's not the same. It's not the same story at all, Lori. It's just the same actor. And you know, he's just an interesting guy, I think. He's just where did I want to put this green? What was I just thinking? Maybe here. Maybe put green here, blue here. Yeah. I'm trying to not overthink it. You know what I mean? My color placement, like just see it and go for it. And you know what's so interesting, Keely? Those Bon Appetit YouTube, they've all started to they've started doing shows from their homes, from their home kitchens. And you know, they're all based in New York and the surrounding areas. So some of those cooks from New York City are having to cook in their New York City kitchens. One only has a hot plate. Fascinating. But it's the most interesting hot plate you've ever seen. It's not like a burner like back in the day. It's kind of crazy. And I am shocked and amazed at all that she creates with it. Now see, should I have put that green there? I gotta let it go. Move on to some blue. Flight Girls, is that like World War II, Connie? Oh, see. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Where's my paper towel? I got a bleeder. I got a bleeder, Keels. That blue into the green. I know, isn't that green pretty? It's Lori Henny's favorite color. Isn't it, Miss Lori? She loves that green. Oh, did you? Interesting, Allison. See, I wonder if that's what, I bet you that's what she has, induction burner. Now I'm going to have to go research that and see what's what. You know, I got to be in the know of everything. Not really, but it sounded good, didn't it? Yay! Well, I'm glad, Keely. I'm glad you're using some green. It's so pretty, isn't it? Although I'm feeling like It's heavy green over here, so I need to... Now I'm thinking a little bit more because I'm coming down to my final pieces. Well, I do know that I want to deepen this orange up here in this corner. I like to do like the edges like this and then just work it in, you know, in my, dry off my brush and then tap, tap, tap. Make that transition smoother. I'm digging that. A little bit more. How's everybody doing? Whoops, 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 whoops. Oh my gosh, we're over an hour again. How do I keep doing that, you guys? I just get all deep in what I'm doing. Are you all right if we go a little longer and I finish my page, or are you ready to sign off? Let me know your thoughts. I think I want to do some blue down here. Doesn't it, Keels? Especially when you're painting. I mean, come on. What a better way to spend a Saturday. How about you, Miss Lynn? Can I tell you, you are such an influence on me, sister. This last week when Jeff went to the grocery store, he's like, is there anything you want? And I said, yes, black cherry Kool-Aid. He goes, black cherry Kool-Aid? And I go, yeah, my friend Lynn was talking about it and now I'm all wanting some. And he goes, full sugar? And I said, yes. Oh my gosh. And it was divine. I made it last all week. I made one picture last all week. It was so good. And it tasted just like I remembered it. Okay, Keels, I adore you and miss you like crazy. Let's meet again sometime in some hotel room somewhere and make art. Hey, guess what? I did want to tell you, Eileen is here in Phoenix. So I told her she needs to try and go. She's here for a wedding, and I told her she needs to try and go to Amy's store because she's a quilter. And our friend Amy owns an amazing quilting store in Gilbert called Bolts and More. Oh, Kirkland lemonade with frozen strawberries. Oh, shut up. That sounds delicious. And I bet those strawberries are kind of like ice cubes. I know, I've been trying to mix up my drinks. I mean, water's fine, and I like it. I like it just fine, but every night I like it nice and icy. I like icy water. But every night I want something a little flavorful, you know? Oh, I'm almost there, girls. Didn't you love her? I'm telling you. Can I tell you, Stephanie? She's just as delightful today as she was back in the scrapbooks, etc. days. That's for sure. Love you, Keels. All right, see this little sliver. I'm thinking I'm gonna put some green there. Is everybody? Whoa, a little too wet. How's everybody doing on their painting. I need to turn that. I keep sticking my arm in paint. Oh, good thinking. So I did make some lemonade this summer, Lynn, with lemons that I got from Lucinda, because she has the most beautiful lemon tree. And I made a simple syrup. Oh my gosh. That lemonade was so dang good. Ooh, lingonberry syrup. That sounds delicious. It is. Well, please post a picture of it, Stephanie. I'm dying to see. I'm dying to see. I'm still fiddling around. Limoncello. Chris was telling me that she makes limoncello too. Yay, Olga! I'm dying to see it. It makes me so happy to see because then it feels like we're painting all week long together, you know? Let's do orange up here. Connie, where are you getting lingonberry syrup? You've piqued all of our curiosity. And how do you add it? How much are you adding? I'm dying to know. Ooh, IKEA. Oh. I don't need another thing to order from Amazon. I swear. Do you know what? I just got something today. What did I just... Oh, a new phone case. You can, Stephanie. You could... So you could do a couple of things. Did you do the abstract, I'm presuming? So you could do, like I did on this one, go over your lines with black, right? Because that always... Remember I told you, most art needs a little bit of black and a little bit of white to make it pop. I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to go over the lines with black. I just started painting this morning because, you know, I just couldn't help myself. And this one, I think all kind of the same. So this one I'm still debating if I'm going to do black lines, like do all of my lines in black, or if I'm going to come in and darken the edges so it the division of color is more gradient. But then I was really, you know, I can't stand a spot without some kind of words in it. Like we could do, like we used to do in whimsical lettering, we could fill the space with a word, right? We could write a poem, we could zentangly doodle in them. You could doodle with like a liner pen or liner paintbrush and just do some lines or some polka dots. You could do all kinds of things like that. Let me see if I have another art journal up here. Let's see if this one has the entry that I'm thinking that had. See, so you could do something kind of like this. You could fill the space with some doodles, some zentangly stuff. But I had another one where here, look. So I went back in with the same color and added mark making, right? So I added like darker green lines and I added polka dots and stripes ups and down. This one I did, like I put a drop of water and then a drop of paint once that water spot dried. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? What are you thinking, Stephanie? Are you thinking that you want to go over it with your microns and fiddle around? Are you feeling like you want to leave it plain Jane? I think the black, Stephanie, is really going to make your colors pop. I think. So I'm going to add a little yellow here, fill that one in. Then I'm thinking some yellow here. So if you have like a little, if you have a little bleeder like here, do you see how I have a little bit of orange? We can fiddle around with that. Oh, Rennie, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I think I'm gonna add some more pink. Create this one pink. And as I'm doing this pink, I'm already, oh, I shouldn't have done that so close. I got a bleeder. Oh. Ooh, Wingastella would be pretty. That's a great idea, Connie. You just gotta go for it, Connie, you know? So I'm gonna, since this is super dry up here, I'm gonna come in and deepen up the edge with some pink. So I like to paint the edge like that, like deepen the edge, right? Let it sit for a second, kind of soak in, and then come in and soften with pounce. If it's not completely softening, dip your brush in water, then tap it off on your cloth and come back in. And just pull that paint out. And just keep working it. Wet it, then tap it off, then tap it on your towel, your paper towel or your paint cloth. Okay, I got a little bit more pink here. So I'm gonna come in, do these edges. I think this one is one that we can't get done in a, like, to completion. Thank you, Olga. You're always so quick. You're always so quick. I'm so glad you join us every week. So be looking for the latest art printable. I will work on that this afternoon. I think I might go for a swim first, but then I will work on it. And deepen these edges of the red. Remember, I felt like I needed a big contrast there. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Is it pronounced Lisa, even though it has two S's? Is that correct? Let me know. I hope that you're going to paint along. Oh, I'm kind of digging that. What am I gonna put there? Let's get rid of this. Go over it with just some wet and tap it with my paper towel. Go over it with some wet. Tap it with my paper towel. Then we're gonna let it sit for a bit. Or concentrate down here. Maybe some yellow. Orange here. Is everybody still painting? I'm almost done. Do some red right here. Oh, good. I'm glad so I'm not the only one still painting. I take my sweet time. Lisa, be sure and send me, have you sent me a request to join the Let's Make Art with Anne, Let's Get Artsy with Anne private Facebook group? If you haven't, be sure and do that, because that's where we share all of our creations and who knows whatever kind of tickles our fancy. All nice stuff though. I don't like any meanies. That's one of my rules. No meanies. I'm thinking I want to do more pink right here. Some more green. I could do green here, green here. Ta-da! I finished it. Well, I finished the paint part because now I gotta ponder what I'm gonna do next. So with that, I will get ready to sign off and say see you later. I will see you in the private Facebook group and on Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs. Well, I will be on there later today with the printable. I can't wait to share it with you. I think you'll like it. And those can be purchased, on my website and Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. Thanks so much, you guys. I had a blast, as always. My Saturday always feels complete once I've painted with you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.